Hey Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading for September 10th through the 16th. This week I am using Amy Zerner's Enchanted Tarot deck. This is a gorgeous, beautiful deck that I love, 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 love. It's also available on an app too, and the app like talks to you. It's pretty cool. So if you like these cards, do check them out. So as always, guys, this is going to be a general reading for the week ahead. We're going to do also one card for your love life for this week. And then we'll do a weekly homework card at the end. But let's see what's happening for Aquarius Monday, Tuesday. There's your Monday, Tuesday, Aquarius. Wednesday, Thursday. I love these cards, but they're very long. And the way that I shuffle, I gotta figure out a new way to shuffle when I work with these, but I love them so much. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. These cards have to be long because the artwork is so beautiful. There's a lot of art. A lot to see in the pictures. And then love, of course. So love for the week for Aquarius. What do we have going on for love for the week for Aquarius? Right, there's your love card. And then I'm going to do like a little soul card at the end, like a soul homework, spiritual homework. But I won't shuffle and pick that one just yet so that I don't take any more time. I'm just going to jump right in because some of you aren't really, like, you know, it's not your cup of tea. So we'll jump in. I don't do reversals. I flip them right back around. I cannot believe this, guys, Aquarius. Some of you may be dealing with a Sagittarius because you saw me shuffle. I shuffled. I did. And Sagittarius got the same card for Monday, Tuesday. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are dealing with Sagittarius or some of you have that in your sign. Maybe Sagittarius is your moon sign or rising sign. But Aquarius, your first card of the week is gonna be the Emperor. So again, this could be somebody coming into your life who's a fire sign, who is very authoritative. I can't pronounce certain words. On a positive note, the Emperor could be really protective, like really looking out for you, giving really good advice. They've been there, they've done that, they've been around. So they're like a fountain of knowledge and they're here to help you. In a romantic situation, they can be very passionate. They can be a lot of chemistry, a lot of like just somebody who's just emotionally, physically, like really connected. But at the same time, you know, on a more like lower note or more negative note, the Emperor can be a little bit opinionated or a little bit bossy or a little bit maybe controlling, depending on where they are emotionally, psychologically. We're all at different levels. And the Emperor usually typically is somebody who's like not going to be able to commit to a very traditional life, not necessarily because they're a womanizer or they want to have all these different people, not necessarily, but sometimes it's just because they're such a free spirit. They really need their space, right? They're not traditional, and so they're a little bit more open-minded, they're a little bit more out there, and they're going to be somebody who really is very confident with themselves and like even being alone. Liking that alone time, liking that space. So for some of you, maybe you're having a really intense romantic connection with someone, but this is a really significant soulmate who's like helping you expand your thinking and opening you up for your capacity for loving and, you know, sensuality and chemistry and all that stuff. But it may not necessarily lead to like, you know, traditional marriage or traditional home life, although you might need this experience so that you can manifest your long-term partner. For other ones of you, this could just be where you're being encouraged to come into your leadership, your authority, your creativity, you know, using your experiences from the past to make judgments and to make plans for yourself moving forward. For some of you, this could be you're dealing with an Emperor type personality in your home life or in your work life. So you're being asked to understand that and to take that into consideration and understand that maybe this person is just trying to help you out and do what's best for you. It's different things for different ones of us. This is a general reading, so it's going to apply in different ways, if at all. But that's what we have for Monday, Tuesday. So Aquarius, your Wednesday, Thursday is 5 of Hearts. This is really interesting. I think for Aquarius, whatever's happening with you guys, I think you're more focused on love than you are on work this week. Because we had the Emperor come up, who's not necessarily like a career card. And then we have Five of Hearts, which is more of like an emotional situation. Unless you're like super emotionally invested in your work and you're really putting your heart into your work, then this could be something happening at work or a personal relationship at work. But for some of you, this could be a romantic situation, or just something that you're really, really hoping with all of your heart, all of your might. Maybe you have some emotional attachment, like I said, to work or to a promotion or to a project. When Five of Hearts comes up, it doesn't mean all is lost, but it definitely means something is not working out as you had hoped. Like, for example, maybe you guys have this intense connection with this Emperor person. Maybe you are the Emperor person, but there's this intense connection, but then you realize that, you know what, like, this isn't gonna lead to the white picket fence and the little babies and, you know, just that whole traditional life. And so there may be disappointment here for both, for both of you. Whether you're the Emperor, you might feel like, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And, you know, accept me for who I am and how I am, and accept this, you know, bond that we have. Don't try to restrain me. Don't try to confine me. Don't try to change me. Or for those of you who are maybe dealing with the Emperor and you're wanting to lock them down, you may start feeling disappointed. Like, I felt such a connection with this person. I thought this was like my forever person, but they don't want what I want. They want me, but they don't want the same life that I want. And there may be some disappointment or some heartbreak there. The thing that kind of jumps out to me about this picture is, like, you know, she's sad, right? And like, he's kind of taken off, but he's sad too, right? And she's just kind of like disappointed. To me, it looks like there's definitely, if they maybe talked a little bit more, they could end up staying together. It's up to them. So for me, when I look at this card in this particular deck, it gives me a sense or a feeling of like, this might be a good time to reevaluate your deal breakers, you know, because there might be something worth salvaging here. There might be something worth saving here. If you're in a situation where this is applying to you at work, maybe like you really had your heart set on a promotion or a type of job or a type of project, and you found out you're not going to get it, or it's not going the way that you had hoped, or you were asking for a raise and it's not going the way that you had hoped. You know, is this the time to just up and walk out? You know, or is this the time to start looking for another job? Maybe it's more of a time to plan, to see what good is still there, what you can still get out of the situation, and then decide if you want to move forward, and if so, how you're going to do that in a balanced and responsible way where you're not shooting yourself in the foot. You know, so maybe sometimes this card is just saying focus on what you do have instead of what you don't have until what you do have comes in. Sometimes we can't manifest more if we're focusing on the lack instead of what is. So maybe, you know, adjust your focus, you know, look on the bright side midweek, look at what is working for you, what is going well, and understand and know that everything's not a complete and total waste. Everything's not a complete and total loss. Alrighty, so end of the week here. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have Three of Wands. So Three of Wands this is really good. This is like a new endeavor, a new opportunity. It could be going in a new direction. It could be expanding on a current situation, right? So for some of you, maybe, you know, you had some disappointment with this relationship, but then you're deciding that you're going to embark on this journey. You're going to broaden out your horizons. You're just going to see what happens, and you're going to be open to it. For some of you, this could be something like, especially if you're self-employed, you may be taking something to market, like you may be finally releasing something or launching something at the end of the week or that weekend. You might be preparing, like making the preparations or the plans for doing this. But some of you might be putting some plan into, or maybe either you're birthing the plan or you're putting it into effect. You're working on something. But I feel for a lot of you, Aquarius, this is something that is bringing you together in your personal life and in your home life. It's something that a lot of you are going to be lucky enough I'm getting this intuitively. A lot of you are going to be lucky enough to where there are people who are excited for you and who are helping you out and who are encouraging you. Now, not every single Aquarius is going to have that situation. Maybe some of you have an idea and you get really excited and you share it with a loved one or a friend and they're like, oh, I don't know if that's going to work, or you're wasting your time. Some of you may be met with discouragement because, like I said, this is a general reading. It won't be 100 for every single person. But whatever the case may be, understand and know that you are headed in this direction. You are headed towards the people who are going to have your back, who are going to be collaborating with you, who are going to be working with you, who are going to be supporting with you. But you can't get there until you start taking the steps, until you start moving forward. Also, the thing about it, the thing with Three of Wands, once you've set it into motion, like once you've done it, there's no going back, right? And like the traditional tarot, you will see this card and it's a guy with 3 wands on this like cliff overlooking the sea, and there's 3 ships taking his products out to like other lands to sell them, right? So he's already set those ships sailing. He's already put this business thing into effect. There's no taking it back. It's out there. He can't undo it. He can't swim after the ships. He can't call them on a cell phone and say, hey, guess what? Just kidding. Come back. So for some of you, you're doing something really significant, whether it's in your love life, whether it's in business. It's something that you're doing that's forever changing your life or putting you in a new direction. And typically this is going to be something very favorable for you. So let's check out love for Aquarius for the week. You have Ace of Pentacles. Now, typically when this card comes up, people say, oh, you have like a new work opportunity, or oh, you have a new chance to make money, or there's money coming in. And maybe for some of you that is the case. Maybe some of you something is happening this week where you do have a new work opportunity or a promotion or a raise. Like we see the 3 of Wands here, so maybe there's good news coming in at the end of the week in terms of money. And maybe that's helping out the love life. Maybe you guys have been bickering or arguing about money, and now you're like, okay, well, finances are improving, so that takes some of the stress off of us and we're going to be arguing less. For other ones of you, you may have a new work opportunity that's coming in that's leading you to a significant romantic relationship where you're going to be meeting someone. For other ones of you, this has nothing at all to do with work or with money, and everything to do with the fact that you need to congratulate yourself because you've overcome some kind of block. You've shifted an energy. Because to me, Ace of Pentacles is also new energy coming in. It could be a shift, a new beginning. So maybe in the past you were really closing and shutting people out, and you were really lonely, and you really wanted a relationship so bad, but you had a really hard time letting people in. And you're shifting that. You're beginning to get out there. You're beginning to let people in. And it might start off slow. It may just kind of start off where all of a sudden you're just kind of making a new friend here and a new friend there. And you just might have friendships coming in for a bit. But that's the beginning stages of the heart opening up, right? And you're headed towards letting love in. For other ones of you, you may have shifted something in an existing relationship where maybe you really had a heart-to-heart with your partner. Maybe some of you had this 5 of Hearts moment, and you were getting ready to like leave, but then you sat down and you said, look, like maybe we can work. Like, you know, I've lost 3 here, but we've still got 2. And if I'm going to stay, if I'm going to stick around, this is how things need to be different. So maybe for some of you, you've shifted in that way. You've made a statement to the universe about what you need in the relationship and like what is really, really a deal breaker for you, what is an absolute necessity for you. So you've shifted in that way. So your future relationships, should you decide to move on to other relationships, will be a higher, better caliber as well. To me, this is like a permanent change for the better. So, you know, maybe some of you are going to begin attracting better partners, higher caliber partners, or work opportunities, or, you know, that are like benefiting your love life or bringing in higher caliber people into your life. But it's definitely positive, Aquarius. So it's something to be excited about. Now, remember, everything happens in stages. So you might not wake up, you know, Monday morning and have the Emperor and, you know, have these things, but things might be moving in that direction. You know, Monday morning you might get a call for a job interview, and you're going to go to that job interview and you're eventually going to get hired, and maybe that's where the emperor is at. So these things could be like being set into motion, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be in fruition, you know, right in your face that day. Although sometimes that does happen too. We're all in different places in our journey, so it's going to happen different ways for different ones of us. Check out your moon sign and your rising sign, because there might be more layers of information there for you. Check out the pick a card reading. That may resonate more for you, or you may just need a private reading. You know, let me know if that's the case. But let's go ahead and check out here what is happening with your homework for the week, like your soul lesson stuff. What Spirit wants you to know, what Spirit wants you to work on. All right. So we have door to Spirit. So you're being invited to connect more with Spirit, okay? Like you're being invited to connect with your higher power, whatever that may be for you. You know, maybe some of you have no idea what that is. And so you're being invited this week to think about that. For those of you who aren't sure if there's a higher power, and for those of you who aren't sure like how to even connect, I went through a really big agnostic stage in my life, and it wasn't until I went through my healing and spirituality that I began to connect to Spirit, and now here I am doing this. Like I was led to do this. But if you don't know what your higher power is, and if you have no idea, you know, how you could even connect, my advice to you is think of something that makes you feel a lot of like love and power, and do that. So maybe for some of you it's like listening to really powerful music, or music that really moves you. For me, I've always had a connection with water. Like if I went swimming or if I was near water, water felt very soothing, very healing for me. So in the beginning, I couldn't even pray, you know, because I had lost my faith. I grew up really religious, lost my faith. But the connection I felt, the healing I felt when I was in the water. I just had a really strong emotional connection to water. So it's going to be different things for different ones of you, and it's going to be baby steps, but you're going to practice on connecting to something bigger than you, outside of you, you know, something that's bringing in, that smoke's coming over as confirmation now from the incense. You know, something outside of you that's going to bring you healing, that's going to bring you comfort, you know, especially if you're going on this really new adventure. You're going to need that encouragement. You're going to need that help. And that's where it's coming, and it's going to come in from Spirit. So that's your homework there for the week, guys. Check out AmethystAngelLight Facebook and Instagram. I do a giveaway there every Monday. I give away a gift. Also, I do a free card, a pick a card there every single day. So a lot of people like to keep in touch with me there between the videos, because the videos are usually once a week. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe, hit notification. Then in a couple of days when I do the next pick a card reading, you'll get a notice when that's up. But check out the other pick a card readings that are already up there now. And check out Patreon. I'm going to have other videos on there for my Patreon supporters. Weekly tarot lessons, you know, going on there live and doing live chat with my patrons. So you guys help me. Those of you who schedule readings with me, private readings, those of you who support me on Patreon, please know I am so grateful for you, more than you know. I am praying for you. I ask that you be blessed, because you're helping me put out the free content. You're helping me help the people who really can't afford to get a reading, and you're also treating yourself and doing something for you. So honestly, guys, your support means way more to me than you know, and I cannot thank you enough. But, you know, check that out. Check out the social media. Check out the Patreon. Check out the other videos. And hopefully, you know, you'll find something that resonates and something that helps you. And if not, you know, try back next week. These are general readings, guys. But for the most part, Sagittarius, I think you guys are on to some pretty big things. Till next week.